Hey everyone, I wanted to make a video overviewing the parts and the patches for the song Come Thou Fount, the King's Kaleidoscope version specifically. This is in the key of E. The original recording key is E, and that's the key we're doing it in today. The interesting thing about this song is it is in 4/4 rather than 3/4 or 6/8 like your standard version of Come Thou Fount. So it's kind of interesting, a lot of fun that way. There's a couple different things going on here. So try to follow along as best you can. There's three main sounds that we're working with. On the record, there is a pump organ that kind of does the intro tremolo sound. When they do it live, they've done it with a Rhodes with a tremolo, so that's what we're using. Right. There's also two different pianos that come in throughout the song. There's one piano in your left hand, and I'll go into this in a bit more detail in a moment, but it sounds like this. Right, so it's underneath the Rhodes. It's going on a separate channel, so you don't have to worry about the volume. The sound guys will take care of that, but basically it is transposed an octave down from what you're playing, so you don't have to play an octave lower. You just keep playing where you're normally playing with the Rhodes, and the piano will lower itself. Additionally, there's a piano that shows up in your right hand, because currently, without this on, it's still just the Rhodes, because this one is transposed down. And then you have this piano up here. We'll go into that here in a moment. The first thing I just want to go over is the Rhodes part at the very beginning. It's a bit intricate because you will be jumping in and setting the tempo. Now, if you're doing this without any sort of a click track, then you just kick off the song on your own and you do it however you want to do it. And the band will follow along with you to wherever your tremolo is set to. But if you're playing with the band and there's a click track either coming off of just a normal metronome or off of Ableton from our other computer, then a lot of times the two of them don't end up in sync. We've tried before to sync the two computers, and even when we do that, they'll be the same tempo, but the one won't be in the same place, and so you get a bit of an issue like this. I'm just going to turn a metronome on so you can hear what I'm talking about. So there will be a metronome going on, and you'll come in and you'll be a little off tempo like this. Right, not that pretty. Because the ones aren't on the same place, you'll end up with that tremolo kind of being messed up and off time. So what you'll need to do is move that tremolo, move what's called the phase offset to match the click that you're playing along to. So I have that set up a couple different places. First, it's on the expression pedal down under my left foot. It's also connected to this fader here and this knob up there. So whatever you feel the most comfortable with. I'll just illustrate it with this fader and also with the pedal so that you can hear what I'm doing. So you start off the song, and you can hear it's not on tempo. You just have to move it. Until it's in time. Now you can do that again, like I said, with the fader. I'm just going to get it out of time here for a second. Because your left hand is only playing a chord every two measures, essentially, throughout the entire song, just E, C sharp minor, A, and back to E. You can take your hand off and move that fader like this. Right, so on. So, not the simplest thing in the entire world. but it works, and it works for the application that we need it. And you may be asking yourself, well, can I just set it to what it's going to be and leave it? Well, every time that click hits, it could be in a different place. So just keep your wits about you. And during the intro, the count in, if there is one, be moving that back and forth so that you can get it on tempo. The next thing that you're going to be doing is turning on your pianos and turning them off. That can be controlled a couple different ways. I've got it set up to either be turned on by these two pads here or by these two buttons. I prefer using the buttons underneath the faders because they stay lit up so as to indicate that the pianos are on, and that's very helpful so that you know that they're on and you're not guessing. But basically at the end of the first verse and going directly into the second verse, you bring in this low piano. So, what are the words there? Praise the mountain fixed upon it, mounts of thy redeeming love. You turn it on. Here I raise my Ebenezer. You'll hear that's underneath. And I'm just going to keep hitting my left hand only once every 2 measures. So my right hand continues to go in the pattern that it is. But you only want to hit your left hand at the beginning of each 2 measures or on each chord change because you don't want to keep hitting it. Now you only want to hit it 1 time per chord change, and that Rhodes will sustain plenty throughout it. After the second verse, you're going to go directly into the instrumental, and that's when you turn on the other piano, and you actually change what you're doing in your right hand through that instrumental and through the third verse and the tag. So at the end of that verse, you turn it on at the last second and switch up. So now you can hear that's on underneath, but you're going to switch to this new pattern that you're essentially just playing throughout the entire song. Right, so it's not super interesting, but it does take a little bit of paying attention to be able to get that during the chord changes because they're going to kind of be opposite one another. So your right hand never necessarily ends up with where your left hand is going to be. But you just keep doing that through the entire rest of the third verse and through the tag, prone to wander, Lord, I feel it, prone to leave, the God I love. And then at the very last second, you want to turn those pianos off. They're going to stop the moment you turn them off. So you want to try and time that as well as you can. Maybe modify what you're playing a little bit. So it would go something like this. Here's my heart, Lord, take and seal it. Seal it for thy courts of love. Now found. Something like that. See, it's pretty difficult. So you want to turn that off just at the last second. So you can hear it's abrupt, it turns off on its own. Me singing right now, it's a little difficult, but hopefully you're not doing that and you'll have a little bit of room to be able to turn it off. and then you just play out the end of the song like normal, and then end on an E. And that's it. So you've got the roads with the tremolo. You adjust the tremolo either with your foot or with this fader here. You've got the two pianos that you turn on or off. And that's it. That is Come Thou Fount, the King's Kaleidoscope version, key of E, and again, that's in 4/4.